Yo, before we even get started, I'd like to welcome. You know what I'm saying? Welcome you guys. It would have been a lot easier if we still had the other page, and I kind of blame myself. I could have stopped that, but I'm gonna tell you like this: I still get verifications from my subscriptions on that page. So it's letting me know that page is not completely gone. They just like took it. So it is what it is. I don't care. But what I do want us to do is understand something. So Jacob Chansley, aka the QAnon shaman, will be released in May. But hold up. Something ain't right with this shit. So let's see first what wasn't told to us the day that it happened. Let's look at that first. Check this out.
This is a move not of power, but of fear.
This is also via the Benny Show, Benny Johnson. Dude is cool. I like people like him. You know what I'm saying? He's just squaring it out. Just, we're not dumb. Ain't nobody dumb out here. You know what I mean? That's why I like Benny. He keeps it real. Check this shit out.
By our federal government. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a scalp for Tucker Carlson, who began his January 6th insurrection investigation with this clip.
Conspiracy theorist dressed in outlandish costume who led the violent insurrection to overthrow American democracy. For these crimes, Chansley was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison, far more time than many violent criminals now receive. What did Jacob Chansley do to receive this punishment? To this day, there is dispute over how Chansley got into the Capitol building. But according to our review of the internal surveillance video, it is very clear what happened once he got inside. Virtually every moment of his time inside the Capitol was caught on tape. The tapes show that Capitol Police never stopped Jacob Chansley. They helped him. They acted as his tour guides. Here's video of Chansley in the Senate chamber. Capitol Police officers take him to multiple entrances, even locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers who were within.
Look at this shit. Now, this is supposed to be insurrection they're talking about. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 police officers right there. We seen who they called him on TV, the Shamrock Shaman. the what do they call that? QAnon. They made a big thing out of it. I mean, big stink out of it. Oh, they're taking over the country, the insurrection, all this stuff. 9 police officers. Look at this shit.
Touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley.
9 officers. So, okay, tell me a little something here. What does it look like? Crime is facilitated by the police. What does that mean?
It's inside.
What if you try to rob a bank, and the police officer lets you into the bank, helps you get to the register, open the door for you, and said, "There's the cash. Take it out." What does that mean? Well, it, at the very least, legally means that the police officer is accessory to the crime.
Exactly.
That the police officer gets charged too. So where's the charges for these cops? Oh, let's see here. They lie. They lie. Yep. They wanted this guy to become the face of the insurrection.
Yep. Now here's the thing. Can we blame the guy? When all he did was go in there, walk around, and said a prayer at the podium. That's it. I'm not going to say that he was involved. I don't feel he was involved. I feel that's a patsy. Because there's another thing about this guy. This guy is not only ex-military, but he's like PTSD. So he's not really all there. Out of everybody to get in, like all the rioters and stuff, because there was a guy out there with a Make America Great hat that none of the media talked about. Only like conservative news outlets talked about this dude. But he was telling people to go in there to we should take over the Capitol. He was telling. They never said nothing about this dude. So you got agitators. You know what I mean? And I know you guys have heard of those too. You know, they pay for those. So they dunked him off. Their actual patsy. They dunked that one off just to give you the mentally ill dude who just wanted to go in there and say a prayer. He really didn't do anything. But they made it seem like he was the QAnon shaman, all this different stuff. He never claimed any of that. Hold on.
Because this guy looks like an insurrectionist. This is central casting. These people love Hollywood. They love the sick and the blackness of Hollywood and the stupidity of the central programming inside of Hollywood.
What did I tell you guys? This page is so fresh, but anybody who's been on my old page, they know. We have spoken about this plenty of times. We have spoken that the Democrats and Hollywood are connected. They're best friends. So that means all these staged events, you know, just like how they just had that shooting in that school. And then today, Dr. Phil has the people of, Rivaldi or of Uvalde, the Texas shooting. He has those parents on the show making a scene, crying, and, you know, oh my God. Why would he go visit them when that shooting just happened? Why wouldn't you be interviewing the people that just went through something? Why are you going to something old? Because Hollywood and the Democrats work together, so they have to keep it on your head. They have to, oh no, they're already saying that, you know, they're CGI and shoes and this story doesn't add up. And then it's like, why are all the old people in their 60s 666? And then why are all the young people at 9 years old 999 666? Why are they doing that? 9 for the the born. You know what I'm saying? If anybody who's into numbers, or even if you're a 5%er, you know the last number is 9, which technically is birth. That's why a baby in the womb looks like the number 9. Okay, they killed 3 babies, 3 9s. They killed 3 old people, 666. People are like, what's that mean? It's just odd that these numbers would come up. That's all I'm saying. It's just odd that the numbers would come up. A complete reversal of the same number. Like a mirror number, like 33. 666 and 999 is not 33, but in a way, it technically is. First of all, you can get those numbers with 3. And then 2, it is a mirror number. You know what I'm saying? 6 flipped upside down is a 9. 9 flipped upside down is a 6. So it's a mirror number. So you can see the connection that's there.
They love it. They love the control. And they love casting characters. They saw this guy with the buffalo horns and they cast him as a character. That is why they gave him.
Mr. Benny Johnson. Wise man. I don't have the numbers you do. I don't have the publicity you do. Hopefully, maybe it'll come in time. I don't know what I have to do because I'm not going to be politically correct. There's nothing correct about political going on here if these bastards are really killing these kids and they're really sex trafficking people. And all this lunacy is going on in the streets, crime and corruption. People aren't even invented no more. They're not inventive no more. All their ideas are corrupt. The only inventions they can do is schemes and scams and wicked stuff that doesn't help anything. So you didn't just hear from me. You heard it from another individual telling you that they make actors, whether you're getting paid for them or not. They will turn you into a martyr. To do what? We can go back to this in a second. To do what? Ray Epps. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. That was the name, Ray Epps. That was the name. Let's go to something else, though. Let's go back. Let's do what we could have did if, I still have my whole fucking page, but it is what it is, whatever. Those were speculations at the time, which were correct. But let's just go to old news. This is how you get them. It's called the track record. Just follow it. Follow the breadcrumbs. That's all you have to do. Let's check this out.
"90 people have been arrested, but what has not been answered is why the chief of force said tonight he's resigning. Many people, including Joe Biden, have said if this had been a Black Lives Matter protest instead of mostly white Trump supporters, the police response would have been dramatically different."
Go back.
Many people,
Oh, shit.
including Joe Biden, have
What did
said.
she just say? Listen, what did she just say? What that
The federal prosecutor for the District of Columbia says all options are on the table for charges against the mob. What has not been answered is why the mob got inside so easily. The chief of the Capitol Police Force said tonight he's resigning.
So the Capitol Chief Police said he's resigning. But who'd they fucking throw in front of us? That black woman. See? I don't know where it is. It's either on Newsmax or Fox, but I'll find it eventually and I'll play it. Now, you just heard her say he is resigning. He. Him. Keep that in mind. Him. Who the fuck is this black lady? Gene Kelly. I think that's his name. He's the one who put up the news where I'll find it. Because he was talking about Mississippi and, you know, how it's a Republican state, but it's the Democratic cities that have all the crime in them. And he was just talking about how racial equality it's not adding up to its position, because we gave all these different black people positions and it's getting worse. It's not that because they're black, that has nothing to do with it. It's they're not qualified for these positions, and we're only putting them in these positions because they are black, which is racism, which the Democrats claim they're against. But see, this is the thing, and this is what my people need to realize. The chessboard is black and white, or white and black, however you want to say it. It is not like America is made by just white people. That is the big lie. No, there's black people in high power positions here, really high. And that also means something else. It's not just white people with a lot of blood on their hands and a lot of baby blood on their hands. No, it's black people too. There's other people involved now that they've integrated people in, but no, the oldest tricksters here are them two. Period. You know, people can talk about we'll get into the Indian talk, another conversation. No. We're talking about them. Because you see nothing but black people on the Democratic side and white people too. But what are they doing? Why is Jimmy Kimmel making jokes about Epstein? And this is a repeated baby rapist, murderer, taking him to hidden islands and stuff. Okay, cartels, they're hitting people up with little bracelets, selling girls and boys. Who do you don't think Epstein and Gates have done deals with? You don't think they're connected? You don't think all that's connected? You don't think China sneaking in through the border is connected? You don't think the fentanyl that's connected? No. It's the system. It's the government. Everybody in the government and the system is not saying this. You're seeing this from conservative point of views. They're the ones showing you it. But at the same time, Jacob Chansley is really being released May 20th. Okay, why they lock him up? He's an insurrectionist. No, you literally seen the police walk him around. So it's chaos outside. It's heaven inside. Like anybody play the Resident Evil games, you know what I'm saying? There's a safe room. And when you go in, the music's totally different. You know what I'm saying? It's hell outside. But as soon as you go in, it's soft jazz. She's chilling. Okay. Well, that's kind of what they did. You know, outside of the Capitol building, it seems like it's a riot. Oh, they're breaking windows. Those are all staged. All those are actors. You can tell, because the only people that got snuffed were like the Ashley Babbitt ex-military challenging the system, like, what are y'all doing? You know, anyone got killed? Oh, the police officer. The police officer didn't die that day. He didn't die that day. Tucker Carlson showed that video too. After the riot was over, he was walking around. And then they're like, oh, he dies of like a heart attack or something like that. It's like, how do we know that? We just know he's gone. We're never going to see him again. That's it. It's over. Same thing with the Kobe Bryant rings in the cartoon. And then, you know, the day before the plane or the helicopter crashes, LeBron breaks his record. But in the cartoon, it clearly shows him after he dies, the kid tries to take the rings and he opens his eyes up and snatches them, and then he dies. Why? This is all foretold. It's all there. Hollywood and the Democrats work hand in hand. So if the spellcasters are the ones making the spells, why do you think it's being played out? Why do you think that? You know, it can only be one or the other. Either it's not real, which that's impossible because you're bear witnessing it, guys. You guys are here on Earth. This one time you're here. And what's up, bro? I see you, family. Hope everything's been good with you, Flip. You're seeing it. You're alive in this time. You're seeing it. You can lie to yourself all you want. You're seeing it. What did the lady ask? How did they get in so easily? And what else did she say? Oh, let's let her say it again.
Easily. The chief of the Capitol Police Force said tonight he's resigned so easily. The chief of the Capitol Police Force, but what has not been answered is why the mob got inside so easily. The chief of the Capitol Police Force said tonight a Black Lives Matter protest instead of mostly white Trump supporters, the police response would have been dramatically different. Mike.
Hold on. This is 2 years ago. I just want you guys to know that. So this is that same year. You know, this is what we're listening to. What's the exact date? Let me see. Let's see. What's the exact date? January 7th, 2021. January 7th, the very next week. That's what we're watching. See, this is the cool thing about playing detective. It has nothing to do with being a cop or anything. No, it has to do with being knowing, being notable. You know what I'm saying? Knowing. That's what it is. Knowing, not believing, not wishing, not dreaming. Knowing. When you know, it's always better than to assume or guess. No, we don't have to do that anymore. We're seeing it. So nobody talks about Ray Epps, the insider of the riot, the one who's telling people to go into the Capitol. They throw us off for the guy dressed up, claiming, you know, he's this QAnon shaman, but he actually is PTSD ex-military. So he's more or less going in there, and I'm pretty sure I know what he was on. He was probably on some, you know, we know about the sex trafficking and the devil worship and stuff, and like he just wanted to bless the halls. That's why he did a prayer in there. I'm pretty sure that's where he was at with it, because the police walked him around. They didn't touch him at all.
Mike Armstrong reports.
Washington's mayor is calling what happened Wednesday in her city a catastrophic security failure. Muriel Bowser is asking Congress to hold a commission for what went wrong.
Both to hold people accountable and to ensure that it never happens again.
The criticism of police action ranges from questioning their effectiveness to questioning their effort. One Tennessee congressman says at times officers appeared complicit and that he's never seen a crowd less afraid of police. Even during the siege, there's critical in the crowd.
There's not enough cops here to handle us, and that's troubling.
Now, it's clear police were outnumbered and slow to call in reinforcements. The former head of Capitol Police says officers needed help and it came too late.
The cavalry should have been coming to get those people the hell off the steps and the platforms, but that would have been very, very ugly and difficult to do if you didn't have superior force.
Now, there was also an intelligence failure. Police underestimated the scope of the threat posed by the rally. The chief saying Thursday they knew people were coming, but didn't expect what came next.
There was no intelligence that suggested there would be a breach of the U.S. Capitol.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Now, that police would be surprised has shocked many. This was a rally with tensions running high, just a short walk from where the president's fate was being decided. There's also been anger brewing on social media, including calls to storm the Capitol.
This rally has been planned for weeks. They knew this was going to happen, and there should have been thousands of National Guards.
Now, many are pointing to last summer and how different the preparation and...
Hold up. Who's in charge of the Capitol Police at that time? So you might know. 2 years ago, who was in charge of the Capitol Police? The House Speaker. That's funny then. The House Speaker is in charge of the Capitol Police. That was Nancy Pelosi. So they're talking bad about this person that for some reason all through the 90s, they loved him. Remember, we're not politicians. We're just regular people out here. We're ex-drug dealers, or we're carpet makers, or graphic designers, or whatever. We're whatever. We're not involved. Why would someone be viewed as a racist or a sexist or all these bad things in just previous, because he only gets in office in 15, 16. That's where he, pronounces the campaign and then he wins. Before all that, no, sorry. Let's go back 2012. That's where it started. That's where the Donald Trump hate started from. Donald Trump got at their boy. They didn't like that. Donald Trump insulted Barack Hussein Obama. And everybody lost their fucking minds. Because he brought up the ID, the Social Security card, you know what I'm saying he's from Hawaii. And it is true, Barry Santoros is a very odd character, seeing how he had a book previous before his president run or his Senate extent that nobody can recall. Now, you mean to tell me everybody knows who Clarence Thomas is, everybody know who Colin Powell was, everybody knew the sellouts they call on the Republican side, and then all the people that they know on the left. Okay. So you guys can point out black politicians and senators all the time because, if you're in low income communities, this is who you're looking at, blacks and Latinos. You're like, oh, yeah, it's represent us. Okay. How did Barack Obama sneak through the Senate for at least 2 summers before even being put on the Democratic ticket to run for the nomination of president? And nobody fucking knew him. For Christ's sakes, he was in Chicago. Nobody knew who he was. His middle name's Hussein. Nobody knew who he was. Then it turns out he's actually from Hawaii. His mom's from Kansas. Supposedly, she, had sex with this African dude that was never in his life. He ends up being raised in Singapore with his stepdad. I forgot his name, but last name Santoros. And he actually lives a very luxurious life. Barack has never really been poor. He's never been from the ghetto at all. He plays the role. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm black. I'm from the streets. I know what's going on in the homeland of Chicago, the deserts of California, the hills of New York. Tell me, how does this dude become so preachy and so hip hop black, and he's cool and he's down, raised in Hawaii? What Compton Street was he on? What 125th Street in Harlem was he on? What ward in Texas was he in? Was he at the second line, the first line? Was he in Magnolia? You know what I'm saying? Was he in Calio Project? Like, where is this guy from? Where? That's what I'm saying. Like, it would be like a white guy that was raised in, you know, Africa his whole life, and all he knows is pretty much African traditions. Why would a white person wanting to know about rich white heritage listen to him? He's never been around his own people. He was raised around Africans. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's like you weren't raised around any of your bloodline, bro. So you really don't know anything. You know what I mean? So they wouldn't go to you to learn anything. Okay, so how did Barack Obama get the streets and the vote? And, you know, my president is black, my Lambo too. I got Obama on the text. Huh? It's like, how does that happen? How does that happen? If he's never grew up around the project. He's from Hawaii. He grew up with a surfboard. His mama white. How black is he? Like, and it's not no disrespect. I'm not saying you can't be a mixed child and have your, you know, cultural connection. But no. I'm saying you're not white if you were born and raised in Japan, and that's all you know. That's all you know. No, you Japanese, boy. It is what it is. You can hate it all you want. No, I'm white. No, you are Japanese. That is what you are. That is where you've been. That is all you know. That is what you are. You know what I'm saying? And people will tell you, like, that's why, you know, me as a Nipmuc Indian, it's a different argument. But it's like, that's why you see white people say that. I'm American. They don't claim, oh, I'm England. I'm from England. I'm Scottish. No, certain people do that. Certain people keep they cultural bloodline heritage, and they roll it to the death, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But for the most part, in America, I noticed that it doesn't matter where they're from; they're going to claim that they're American. You know what I'm saying? So Barack, he can't claim being like, you know, black because he was raised in Hawaii. He wasn't even raised anywhere where black people are. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of black people that's raised in Hawaii, and you're going to say, you know, you had a hard life. You're just not going to look at it like that. You'd be like, oh, you know, Hawaii got poor areas. No. Hawaii got drug areas. It's a fucking island. You know, poor people here. Everybody got the same job. What are you talking about? Put the sand over there and push the water over there. It's like, it's a fucking island, yo. It's 5 islands. Shit. So it was like, there's no large amount of homeless in Hawaii like that. It's like, you can't, you live off the beach. Literally, you can live off coconuts and fucking, like, stop it. It's a whole nother world. You know, that's a whole nother world. That's not Compton. That's all I'm saying. Like, when you think of Barack Obama's life, can you really think of he's a tough black man that made it through the streets? Look at the person they let as a black president. He has nothing to do with it. Nothing. His mama's white. His dad is supposedly African that he never knew. He's raised up by a Indonesian. He's raised in Indonesia for a long time. Then he goes to Hawaii, I think, at like 14, and finishes his school and stuff like that. And then bam, here he is. But people aren't seeing why I'm saying that. I'm saying that because they all connected. Nancy Pelosi was around the Obama days. Hillary Clinton's, all that stuff is connected. It's the Democrats, man. I keep telling people, look at the fuck we went through. Excuse my language. Hold on one second. Just in case, I got him. I was a little bread, little money. But anyway, it's the Democrats. It's the Democrats, yo. And I know people don't like to, you know, get political, but it's not really about politics, yo. It's not. It's more about, y'all know damn well, bro, that they've been fucking doing what they've been doing because the line has been rolling to them. It's been rolling to them. And now that everything is out, because you gonna like that's what I was saying. Look what these motherfuckers did with us. Look what they did with us with a cool, like, 3 years, 2 years better yet. Look what they did. Everybody was in the house. Everybody was scared to death over something that they were saying was naturally made, but it wasn't. And that's the part. That's the part that we all need to understand. It's like you thought it was just a video game. You thought it was just a horror movie, huh? The Reanimator and stuff, huh? You thought that stuff was just a game, huh? It's just they just playing stuff. Man, they put stuff out for a reason. I've been used the movies as a code language to what people think, because as a man thinketh, so a man thinketh, so is he. So it's like, if you can think of all this stuff, just like the Bible, I'll be telling you, they playing it out in real time. You know what I'm saying? They playing it out. It's the system. Remember, they talking about putting chips in your head. At the craziest shit, y'all heard the dude. I showed the video if you watched it. Talking about putting a chip in your head in the next 10 years. That's what they want to do at these world forums with the old German dude. It's like, this is what they want to do. In the next 10 years, when the chip is in your head, I'll be able to sense your vibrations and how do you feel? Why the fuck would you want to know how I feel? Because if what? I go against what you want? You know what I'm saying? You going to shock my shit or something, or shut me off? It's like, what the hell is wrong with you, bro? This is straight out of that Orwellian shit. But then at the same time, I know where he got that from. That 1984, that Orwell book. I know where he got that idea from, because he's honestly talking about it. Because I believe the book takes place in Germany. I believe that. I believe it takes place during the Nazi days. And that's what he's talking about. It's like, it was where the thought police, you know what I'm saying, where they know what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? You can't even walk around, and they could be able to turn you the fuck off or blow your head off. It's like, what was that movie? Brain Scanners and shit. It's like, yo, look at this shit. They could turn a certain frequency up and your shit just blow up. And people are talking about doing that. They had some other little religious skit that somebody had. I couldn't keep it, but somebody had it on Facebook. I think I took a picture of it, but somebody took it on Facebook. Some lady goes to the store and she wants to buy something, like some juice, whatever. And he's like, a certain amount. She's like, okay. He's like, oh, we don't accept cash. She's like, all right. So she pulled a credit card. He's like, we take credit card neither. He's just looking at her. And she's like, well, what am I supposed to pay you with? I don't know what you're talking about. He's just looking at her. Look at her. Another person walks in. He has something. He puts it on the counter, and he's fine. Dude scans his forehead. Says, all right, peace, walks out. She's like, well, what's that? I don't have one of those. And he's like, look, I'm going to be honest with you. This is just what the new thing is. They came in, it's the machine. If I could take the actual money, I would, but it's a new register. This is all it does. They left it at that. That's people just trying to foretell stuff. Just trying to, trying to get your mind ready for what is to come. We thought the fucking Market of Beast was talking about some shit about a pandemic and all that, but no. Actually, you can hear these dudes say it out their own mouth. I can't even believe that, but I guess because it's a world forum right there, but it's like, I can't even believe that America would even allow people that go to that fucking meeting to even come back to this motherfucker. After hearing that, y'all put that shit out there live on Earth. You let people hear this shit? Oh, man, you tripping. And actually, it wasn't Tucker Carlson that showed that it was Real Facts. I forgot my brother's name, but yo, he cool too. Or Facts Matter. There you go, Facts Matter. All this stuff at the end of the day, say whatever you want, but for the dude to get out, Chansley to get out, and for Tucker Carlson to show the tape of the police escorting him around, now it's going to make you wonder about Ashley Babbitt. It's like, well, why did she die then? If everybody was cool in there, why did she die? What was she saying to that cop? What did she know? There was only 2 people that actually died that day. It was 2 women. Ashley Babbitt and the woman who got trampled in the crowd. The cop didn't really die. After the riot, we see him walking around. And then they claim he died of a heart attack, and then he just disappears. Nobody even knows who he is. They ain't throw no fucking memorial for him. Remember, they care so much. They care so much. Oh, the injustice, the insurrection. They ain't throw no light and candle service for him, nothing. He just disappears. Hell no. Not fucking dead at all. That's the thing. Like, that's the problem. That's what I'll be saying. That's the same thing about this new school shooting. It's the same thing. You notice how it went from mental illness to now it's a transgender thing. Who was the last one at the Uvalde? How did he dress? Hella weird, right? I think he was gay though. I don't think he was a tramp, but you know, that's kind of he unisex dressed. That's how he dressed. You know what I mean? The dude who shot up what was it, a gay club? He said he was non-binary. Okay, now we got the school shooting. Now it's transgender. See, hold up. But here's the thing. See, this is the thing. Even when the devil tries to run away from the truth, it still bites him in his ass. Because I thought the whole argument was being gay or bi or whatever wasn't a mental illness. But now it's involved in situations that we let kids slide on because of that. That is the argument. We should be giving these kids the death chair all day. But people are like, no, it's a mental illness. See, it's crazy how all this stuff was foretold. That's the messed up part. It was already told. They told you. They said, do not bear false witness. A lot of people have been doing that. A lot of people have been lying. Just making stuff up. Then it got to the point to where the people on the outside were just checking in. Like, you know what? I don't believe everything this news is telling me. They seem fake. It seems like a big show. Then we start getting all these freelancers, people like me and others, coming with bits and pieces, showing you guys, look at this, look at that. Well, wait a minute. If this happened, then why did that happen? We're going to do the deliberations of Mayorkas too. And we're going to talk about them bracelets. And we're going to talk about 600,000. That out of those, we don't know if they're murderers, rapists. We don't know what they are. The 800 and something deaths at the border. People were finding pregnant migrants dead in their lawn, yo. That's freaking crazy, bro. To see a dead pregnant woman in your backyard, bro, just dead, just dehydration. It's on some real fucking zombie shit. Like, yo, that's crazy, man. I wouldn't even want to witness no shit like that. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want to see nothing like that, yo. Bunch of washed up 2-year-olds in the Rio Grande. It's like, bro, you're allowing this? People are like, yeah, okay, that's messed up. No. What about the 20,000 children that disappeared? You know, 20,000 children disappeared at that border, never to be seen again. That's just kids. What about those plane rides early in the morning that Jen Psaki did not want to talk about? First of all, we're not shipping people out late at night. All right, don't even say that. We bought the tickets were like 4 a.m. Thank you very much. And it's like, that's still pretty early, you know. Nobody's around. And then we talked to the flight attendants. They said they wanted to keep it real hush hush. Bunch of grown adults staying in $500 hotels. Don't even want to eat the free food you give them. They buying Coronas, going down the street, buying weed, eating pizzas and shit. They're not even bummy dressing. They say some of them came over with cell phones. What kind of escape for refuge is this? Now, here's my question. This is just as a red-blooded American. Why would you have at least $10,000 worth of money to give a cartel member to get you over the border when you could use that $10,000 to buy some guns and protect your land? See, I look at who am I recruiting? Who's coming to my board? I'm a different type person. I don't feel pity for everybody because everybody's not in pity. Some people are lying to you. And then also, send me your doctors, send me your lawyers, send me your attorneys, send me your athletes. Don't send me somebody with 5 kids already, barely here, barely like no. I need good new blood. I mean, if you're gonna bring it in right. Yes, you know what? Yes, I'm glad you said that. And yeah, brother, it is awful. But I'm glad you said it. He did bring that up. But he said these are CCPs. He did. He said nationalists. He said Chinese nationalists. That was the word he used. He said, isn't it true that a bunch of Chinese nationalists snuck in? Senator, we shut the fuck. I hate that bald-head bastard. Like, for real, Mayorkas is a fucking devil. FAGGOT, like, for real, he really is, though. You can tell he's taking it up the ass, the mouth. He's such a freaking dude gets out May 20th. All right, but look at all the chaos that little rumor didn't spread it, because remember, you're seeing the outside. And the guy was like, there should be more police here for us, No, it shouldn't. Because remember, they want you to come in. See, anybody remember the video where they moved the gate, where they opened the gate? You see the Capitol Police literally pop the gate open. They literally let people in. That's an actual tape. That's the craziest shit. It's like, dude, some of the weirdest stuff has happened to us. And it's all happening so fast because they put y'all in critical shock. It's shell shock. It happens in the military. They call it PTSD now, but it's shell shock. And that's the best way to explain it, because it's like when a large explosive goes off, you know what I mean? And the whole ground is trembling. Maybe you just lost 4 of your friends. It's like everything is happening at once. It's shell shock. It's like when you meet your end so many times, it's like you're just gone. You know what I mean? You can come back from it, but what I'm saying is it makes more sense that way. Well, that's what happened when they set off this thing in December, which we already know. We already know the add-ups. We already know that they were researching it in 2014. We already know Obama let off the fucking bomb when he said, oh, we could be having a pandemic worse than the Spanish flu in 5 years. He said that in 2014. He played himself. So it happened in 2019. He said that in 2014. That's 5 years. He said it. These motherfuckers, these people are guilty as charged. Like, super guilty. And it is what it is. People don't want to collectively realize something. They keep wanting to argue about hillbillies. When's the last time you heard about a hillbilly murder? Give me that. Give me that. Somebody understand, share, and like. Give me that. When the hell have you seen all these racists and stuff? It's always some sneak attack story. There's always some sneaky stuff. And then they never have any feuds with themselves. Like, white people don't argue. And I'm talking about not all white people. Well, shit, all white people. But no. I'm talking about the ignorant ones. There's black ignorant people. Okay, there's white ignorant people. There's Spanish ignorant people. Okay, you get the point. All right, so these are supposed to be the ignorant ones of our country. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that there's not racist people whittled in between them, because people got to understand there's racist people whittled in between black people. So it's like that. I've already told you, chessboard. That has nothing to do with it. Why don't we see any hillbilly riots? Why not? We never see a large amount. Oh, they just don't show them. Come on, man. That's not adding up. That's not adding up. There's too many people now freelance newscasting. There's too many people freelance newscasting for us not to be catching stuff. We should have been. It's not adding up. It's just not. And I think the reason is because people that are not in democratic cities actually can breathe. They actually can live. Like, it's just, you keep to yourself, you mind your business. It's like you don't have to really engage with everybody. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can know people, but you really can just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? I've noticed that. And Republican places, it's not racist at all. It's free. You know what I'm saying? It's free. Like, motherfucker, if you try to rob this person, yes, he will put a bullet in your ass. Yes, but why would you be trying to rob him? Okay, but if you're walking in a store buying a product, sitting there drinking a beverage, it's like, no, there's no problem at all. Hell, you might even get a good conversation at the end of the day. I've noticed, politic-wise, even if the Democrats say that they're fighting against racism, they're more racist than the Republicans. I haven't seen, I've watched too many Senate floor hearings. I don't see them on no racist stuff. I see them on knowledge stuff, detective stuff, and getting to the business, like what y'all been doing. Excuse me. And I ain't even mad at them. They like some wild pit bulls, man. Ted Cruz, Jim Jones, Matt Gaetz, John Kennedy, who else be going off on their ass? Oh, Chip Roy. Oh shit. Yeah. Republicans got some shooters. They got some shooters. See, that's the difference. Democrats got that same whiny ass story, and everybody broke and messed up. And there's a bunch of celebrities talking about death, and that's all everybody want to do. Everybody dying off, 31 trillion in debt. Can't keep rolling that way. But why is it rolling that way? Because they told you it was an insurrection. It was an insurrection. A bunch of people got murdered. All this chaos. People broken arms, broken backs. Shut the hell up. Ain't nobody get clipped except for some reason people that were on the right. Those are the only ones that got clipped. It was 2 females. Those are the ones who got clipped on that day. The cop was walking around. Like I said, Tucker Carlson is a beast for getting that footage. And they was mad as hell. They was like, why you doing Tucker Carlson? You seem like it wasn't real. No. He's showing inside the Capitol. He's showing inside the Capitol. That's what he's showing. Y'all showed outside the Capitol. Yeah, where the stage is at. Stop playing around. The world is a stage. People are weird. The world is a stage. So that's in the outside. But then inside is Disneyland. I had to get a drink. It's a drink, man. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? Trying to be scared? Ain't got no time for that. Ain't no time to be shook, man. You learned that from Mobb Deep. No shook ones, man. But at least you know. And at least you on proper time. You ain't got to push yourself and be looking like a damn idiot out here.
The reaction was for Black Lives Matter protests.
No one can tell me that if had been a group of Black Lives Matter protesting yesterday, they wouldn't have been treated very differently.
That's your fake ass up. Wasn't you with the fucking Klan punk? Wasn't you with Robert Byrd? Didn't you read the eulogy? You and Bill Clinton, sucker. Don't try to play that now. What happened with the crime bill, my man? And Hillary Clinton was down with you, and so was Bill, because they was the one pushing your funky ass narrative. Didn't you try to dog out Clarence Thomas? Didn't you not want a black person on the Supreme, court? But now you all, if it was a bunch of black people, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I'm eating Chinese ice cream, chocolate chip. Fuck that food. And Trump pulled your card on the first debate. He was like, yo, this dude getting paid from China. He got like $3 million. His son getting money. Yo, Joe, where did that money come from, Joe? And Joe's face was like, yo, that was the funniest shit on earth. His face was like, he was lost. He couldn't believe it. He was like, oh my God, he caught me red-handed. Yes. He caught you little dumbass, red-handed. You're fucked because you already know what you've been doing. But now let's play it off though. Let's play it off. Yeah, I care about black people.
We all know that's true. And it is unacceptable.
The president-elect says his own granddaughter sent him this photograph. It's from last June on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. National Guard prepared for a Black Lives Matter protest.
His own daughter? Damn, this news network beat the shit out of him on the sneak tip disc.
Memorial, National Guard prepared. It's from last June on the steps of the elect says his own granddaughter sent him this photograph. It's from last June on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial.
Own granddaughter?
The president-elect says his own granddaughter sent him this photograph. It's from last June on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. National Guard prepared for a Black Lives Matter protest.
You can't help but acknowledge that there is a double standard, at least a perceived double standard, and it's pretty blatant.
Now, let's be honest with ourselves. Who's that game? It's funny how you're talking about this group, this Black Lives Matter, and how they had the military National Guard in front of the joint, but not for them. Well, wait a minute. Show me an account of these Proud Boys and whatever other groups that y'all put with them, the 3% and whatever fucking groups you want, with malicious artists. Show me them rioting in the streets. Show it. You got to show the property damage, player. Remember, we already did the Roch Wyatt hoax. We already did the Roch Wyatt hoax. It's like, bro, that was $40 million in damage to their own neighborhoods. It's the Watts riots for a reason. It's not the Malibu riots. It's not the Beverly Hills riots. No, them motherfuckers destroyed their own shit over what? A drunk driver who was mad because he didn't want to go to jail, got his mom involved and got hit in the head with a nightstick, and then people lied and said a pregnant woman got kicked in the stomach. Bunch of fugazi shit. You know this, right? And the truth of the story, it's a bunch of bullshit that fucked up $40 million worth of property of their own. Okay, cool. What did Black Lives Matter do? Same thing. They messed up their own neighborhoods. Robbing jewelry store. Okay, cool. Now what? Now y'all want to storm the Capitol? Like, come on, bro. Shut up. Okay, the Trump supporters, bro, they went from where he spoke at to the Capitol, and then they stood out there. And then, like I said, like my man's dropped earlier, let's bring it back. Bring it back. Where's he at? Ray Epps. Let's bring it back. You got to remember, that's your agitator. He had already agitated the crowd the day before. So Trump don't have nothing to do with it. He's an agent. He's an agent in the field working for the Demis. That's why he was so corny with the Make America Great Again hat. Like, ironically, he would have that hat. Like, come on, bro. Like, yeah, okay, Trump supported, yeah, but that's an agent hat. You could have had the MAGA hat. You know what I'm saying? You could have had just a red, white, and blue hat. Like, you could have just been American. No. Nah. You got to have the original Trump, old school, Make America Great Again. Like, come on, bro. You got to see stuff a mile away. You got to see what it is. And that's why we're watching what these fuckers is doing 2 years ago. This is what they're talking about 2 years ago.
Criticism swirling around him. The Capitol Police Chief is now resigning, announcing late Wednesday, stepping down, effective.
Why? Why he stepping down so fast, so quick? Dipped off. Oh, because there was a breach in the Capitol. I was so hurt. Oh, I couldn't believe it. Oh, my job's on the line. Oh, the democracy, the people. Oh, liberation. For real? You guys believe that? Or do you believe he took his money and he split? He did his job. The insurrection. The great insurrection. This is all outside. Don't lie. Don't lie. If you roll up to somebody's house and you supposed to be doing something for him, I don't know, whatever, but they don't want you to go in the house. So he got his wife banging a bunch of pots and pans, yelling and shit, and she got some like audio playing or something. And he's like, yo, you can't come in there right now. Yo, there's a big fight in the family situation. Yo, call the cops. Nah, man, I don't want no police. Yo, I'm out of here. Okay. Ta-da! That's pretty much what happened. pretty much they're throwing you like it looks like something major is going on, but behind all this smoke, ain't shit going on. They touring people around. Yes, the Oval Office. Yeah. Yes, hey, I like the horns on your Viking hat. Very nice. Yes, yes. Yes, you follow me to the left. Oh, I'm sorry, this door is not open right now. But hey, if I had the key, you would be more than welcome to come on in. Oh, let's go around this way to the hallway. Oh, 9 cops, 9 cops. Wow. Hit him in his head. Shaman. He's QAnon. Oh, God. No. Come on this way, and you can say your prayer in front of the people of the world, the nation. What did all that do? Threw your boy in the loop, and he lost the presidency, right? See, you gotta put everything together. I'm not saying Trump was the greatest. That's not my point. But in my lifetime, he was the best president I've ever seen. He put in more work than any of the others in my lifetime. Way more. He's way more cocky with it. Way more G, like gangster. Like, sorry, I don't want no corny ass president. I'm sorry, I'm tired of that shit. Like, he lit a spark under the fucking political game's ass because he's not a politician. He's a businessman. He came in straight like a businessman. I mean, you want to do what? Well, let me tell you something, my friend. I have access to over 200,000 missiles. And I have a picture of your house right here. If you want to make a move, you're going to jump, but could be your final warning. It's like, yo, can't knock that. Trump was like straight boss mafia flow with it. America needs a strong arm right now. They don't need no weak punk arguing about punk issues. And that's why we look punked out right now. It is what it is. I tell black people all the time, you better fight for America, because if this motherfucker fall, I don't know where you going. Africans don't want to be you. Dominicans don't want to be you. Puerto Ricans don't want to be you. Nobody want to be you. They all claim they got a little bit of you, but none of them don't want to be you. And you already know the other nations don't like you. So I don't know where the hell you're going. Like, you better fight for your right to wave that red, white, and blue. Shoot. You got a lot of investments over here. 50,000 patents. Remember, it's just you got to dig it up. Just got to dig up your story. That's all. You can get respected again. You start following the right trend, but not just y'all. I think about my Caucasian brothers and sisters too. They getting spellbound. Look at their children. Just wonder why they did it. They gotta get alluded to, sexual innuendos, and it's like what? And it's backwards. It's something you don't even want your kid to know. It's like, what happened to Cinderella? What? Everybody getting twisted. Think TikTok's the spot to be at, not even realizing y'all look stupid across the world. That dance house situation. That's CCP, they watching that. But here's the thing. In China, TikTok is not even called TikTok. And if you watched it, it's nothing but influence videos. Ballerinas and artwork and all different types of stuff. Math, science. Y'all twerking and chilling contests and whatever the hell else you're doing. I don't know. There's a lot of tangles and angles in this game. A lot. And I'm just hurt. Because right now, everybody's misguiding the people, man. They all going to another way, man. They're not even seeing what the hell is really happening, man. They put us on so many missions. Like, did y'all notice how Netflix became like mini Hollywood? Ain't nobody noticed that? Ain't nobody noticed how Netflix became mini Hollywood? And they just kept putting out so many different shows. There's so many different movies, and they just put you on so many different paradigms. Meanwhile, they sneaking all this stuff. The Epstein papers, you know what I'm saying? The clients list, bruh, they still ain't dropped it. And nobody can forget what Bill Gates said. Well, he's dead. So you just got to be more careful. That will always stick out like a sore thumb to me. Like, yo, What the hell are you talking about, murderer? Whatever, yo.
Of January 16th. Mike Armstrong, Global News.
So, what do you think? It's a game now. It's still fake. Still nothing's going on, right?
This article, which is the response from the federal government about Jacob Chansley. Federal government responded after Tucker Carlson's bombshell footage. And what did they say? Well, they lied. In court filings, federal prosecutors said outside of the Senate chamber when Chansley refused to be escorted out of the Capitol by an officer and only left after being forcibly removed. This is the government telling you this inside of the pages of CNN. The government won't show you this footage. So here we go. You have the saying hit the bricks, and guess what the guys do? They hit the bricks. They walk away. In fact, you can see here Jacob Chansley there at the well of the Capitol. He had just been praying for the officers. Jacob Chansley peacefully following the orders of the officers to the letter, and then thanking the officers. Says, thanks, guys. There he is with the flag.
Thank you, officers.
Okay, there's a thank you to the officer.
Patience.
Thanks for your patience. We really appreciate it. Jacob Chansley right there. What happens for the rest of the video? He peacefully gets walked out of the building. Jacob Chansley doing his Jacob Chansley thing, yelling freedom. Yes, got it. Mel Gibson, Braveheart, whatever. Nobody's saying the guy isn't a character, but it ain't illegal to be a character. Now, is it? There's Jacob Chansley then leaving the building. It's footage like this that is why Elon Musk called for Jacob Chansley's release. Elon Musk saying that Jacob Chansley was wrongfully prosecuted. These people lied. This entire article is a lie. Shame on you.
$13 that page was up, but only in the last 5 years of it did it start getting hot. That's cool. Well, now we have a new light show. I guess revelation, right? Because all the tapes of past are now being revealed. It's funny how that works, huh? I never wanted this. I personally wanted people to elevate their minds, all could collaborate, make big tables, you know what I'm saying, lined up right next to the ocean and stuff, just big tables. Everybody sit there, good meals, good feasts. Everybody wanted to be greedy. They wanted their own table. They had the biggest table on earth. So now we're dealing with lies and deception, deceit and defeat. That's terrible. Got through the pandemic. That's good. We're still trying to juice around. It's not good. 6 million, illegals got in. It has nothing to do with race. It could have been anybody. That's what people don't get. It could be 6 million roaches. You know what I'm saying? That would be good. Any large amount of movement into, past a nation's borders is always a critical hit, to anybody that's, strategically logical and thinking about, reality. Hollywood's still Hollywood. Hoe still hoeing. Pimp still pimping. Everybody's still out there. Oh, I'm free. I'm good. I'm, following the celebrity. Already out there, not even getting the whole point of where they're there. But then politicians, Hollywood and the Democrats are connected. So that's why you see a lot of theatrics with them, a lot of acting. got to see right through these people. You really do. You got to see right through the show. Get it? The world is a stage. Acting, theatrics, friends with characters. See, that's the cool thing about collectively thinking. Collectively think collectively. Even if you have a denomination or a certain creed of your existence, how you're going to operate, always collectively think. Think all chambers before you let loose. And that's the reason that I live the life that I live. I wish I could be like everybody else. I wish I did not have to care. I wish I did not have to give a damn, but I'm not programmed that way. My brain doesn't work that way. Maybe I've done too much wrong to where I have to do right. Maybe it's one of those situations. Maybe it's one of those, I was done so wrong that I reversed it and chose to do right. Maybe it's one of those. Maybe I was sent to do this, no matter where I am at. I could care less. The children, man. That's pretty much where it's at. And if we take these old cases and just bring them all together, we can see at the end of the day that they've been doing this for a long time. They argue about, the Mexican president, he doing meetings with the cartel shit. What are you talking about? So it's Democrats. I think they're letting so many flow in. Who do you think? Why would it even be criminalistic if they weren't involved? There would be no criminals. If they truly gave a damn about what was going on, there'd be no criminals that got in. It'd just be babies and good people. But for some reason, no. All these criminals get in with them. With Trump, people still got through the border, but a lot of criminals didn't. It's weird. With Obama, a lot of criminals got through the border. The border's a long, battle. Nah. Even the deaths didn't start going up until that old weirdo got in office. So you pick your poison. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Appreciate y'all stopping by, man. Really vibrational, energy is going out right now because it's critical times, man, especially if you got kids. You know what I'm saying? If you got any young kids or a little brother or a little sister or son, or you got, weak family members, now is the time to really get your brain working because we don't know what's around the corner. And this time we don't know what's around the corner because everything's being revealed. So it's like, unless you have their transcript on their plan, the timeline itself, we don't know what's to be expected. But I do know this. Keep your mind clear of the foolishness and keep it filled with, I don't like that word. I don't want to use that word. Keep it full with questioning. Keep it full of questioning. I don't want to say skeptical. I don't like that word. Keep it full of questioning. Don't just take anything anymore. It's not like that anymore. The days of those are gone. Don't just take anything anymore, even if it's a piece of gum. Question everything because they're all around.